Let's quickly take you back to Bloemfontein now. That's outside the High Court, which postponed the corruption and money laundering trial of the former Free State Premier and suspended ANC Secretary General Ace Magashule to the 3rd of November. Magashule and others, including businessman Edwin Sodi, have appeared in court this morning, where their attorneys raised several concerns, including the representation. Now, the parties are also expected to finalise a trial date on the 3rd of November. And we speak now to Newzroom Afrika's senior reporter, Tumaole Mohlaoli, who is outside the Bloemfontein court. Tumaole, good morning to you. So a number of issues being raised inside court today, key among them dealing with a list of witnesses implicating accused number 13, and that is the suspended Secretary General of the ANC, Ace Magashule. Why was this important that the court deals with this matter, among other pressing issues, I would imagine?
Very important indeed, Colin Gambi, and this is an issue that has been central to the postponements because Ace Magashule's legal team, in fact, Colin, as we speak now, here's Ace Magashule, suspended ANC Secretary General. He's about to brief the media. Let's hear what he has to say about the outcome. Mr. Magashule, what happened in court today? Are you happy with the outcome?
The unfortunate thing is that the 3rd of November is my birthday, so you can see that the state is just wasting our time. It is clear this thing is political, and we have put a notice in terms of oversight. There's no ever such a charge, and we are going to further put some notices. And all of us, we have been ready. It's for the first time that you hear the state saying they can't give, we must read, and they just ask them a simple question. Give them the list of witnesses. Because we're entitled as so-called accused involved in corruption. I have never in my rest of my life been involved in corruption. So how do I defend myself when the media itself says there are 70 charges against me, and they pump the story of 70 charges? And I said to the journalist, you have gone to school, you have an indictment, just list and tabulate these charges for me. You can see this is clear political. As the top 6 said, these are flimsy charges on record.
Are they targeted by the NFA political, and is there an indication here when you receive that list of witnesses?
The list of witnesses, you don't have it in the indictment? It's there. There's no witness against me. Witness against me for what?
You say this is politically motivated. Who is targeting you politically?
We'll see as the situations unfold. You'll see it. Let me not tell you so that you do your work, but we can see it's political.
One of the charges, two of the charges that you are facing, one is to say failure to report corruption, and the other one is to say you were sourcing money, you were sourcing funds from somebody whom you knew to have gotten his contract.
From who did I source money from?
That's Sodi and his companies.
No, I've never even met Sodi. What should I say again? I've never met Sodi until I met Sodi in court. Why do you accuse me about things you don't even know?
But Mr. Magashule, that matter was dealt with in the State Capture Commission of Inquiry. Although that's not a trial, it was a judicial inquiry. It was listed in testimonies, including Mr. Tumaole Mohlaoli and others. He was in the housing department here in the Free State. Your name was, implicated there. So how can you say?
My name was mentioned, and they always asked Sodi and Tabani and the rest, what is your relationship in Magashule? I never had any relationship with those people, and that's what they said in the State Commission.
But the indictment actually says you writing to him through maybe your office?
Me?
PA? No, you as in your office.
No, let them give me witnesses who say I said do this and that and that.
But did you not source funds for the tablets as well as for the trip of ANC officials to Cuba? Did you not source those
Let
funds?
me not argue with you here as the media so that I argue in court, because these are court matters in terms of my defense. But you can see that they don't have anything against me. Thank you.
Well, Toli, that was suspended ANC Secretary General Ace Magashule giving his side of events again, sticking to his guns, saying that the state really has no case, hence why all these postponements. And the issue of the indictment sheet, again, Ace Magashule saying that his team, after requesting here in court to be provided with the indictment, which would give them a list of the witnesses who are set to come and give evidence in this particular trial, so that he and his team can prepare themselves, has still not been forwarded. That matter was dealt with in court now in terms of that indictment sheet. And again, another postponement. And as far as the NPA goes, they say that they have provided Mr. Magashule and others with the indictment sheet. Just a few moments ago, I spoke to Mthunzi Mhaga of the NPA, and he said that they are surprised to hear that in court that indictment has not been forwarded. From their part, they've done their bit. So a case of he says, she says, but it still is raising very many questions. Supporters of Ace Magashule here outside court saying that there is clearly something of a political machination that is happening behind the scenes, because it seems as if at every point the trial, when it's supposed to begin, there seems to be a postponement. So this is the situation as it stands and as it happens right here outside court. Koli, I'm going to ask my colleague Morena Likitla just to pan to my right, which will be the left of the viewer screen. You can see the supporters of Ace Magashule out in full voice outside court. Certainly police keeping a close eye on that particular development as well. There has been a barricade that's been set up in the form of barbed wire, and you can see that as Mr. Magashule makes his way out towards the supporters, there's also a strong police presence out here. And if Morena can just give you the shot behind him, you will see that there's also a media contingent here, and there is a heavy police presence there, keeping a very close eye on proceedings to ensure that things don't degenerate. I have to say, though, that the supporters here have been quite well behaved, and they have been just making their voices heard in terms of song. We see that Mr. Carl Niehaus is here as well, an ardent supporter of Ace Magashule. You heard there's been another postponement in the trial. What is your reaction?
I'm not surprised. Earlier today you interviewed me and I said this is going to happen, because this case is no longer a priority to finish it. It has served its purpose. It was used to force the Secretary General of the African National Congress to be suspended. I have my serious doubts if this matter will ever come to a full court case. I have my serious doubts because I know that the charges that have been brought against Comrade Ace Magashule are trumped up, they are flimsy, they hold absolute no content.
Thank you very much. That's Carl Niehaus speaking in terms of supporters of Ace Magashule. I can tell you that our former Northwest Premier, Supra Mohomapelo, has also been around this particular precinct, and he's also come out to offer his support to Magashule. And stepping out of shot, you can see that the supporters are out here in full cry, Koli, wearing ANC regalia, and they're saying that there would be even more if it wasn't for the issue of course, COVID-19 restrictions. So that's the situation as it stands outside court. They are in full song, and let you hear a bit of what is happening, Koli, before I throw back to you. With that, it's back to you in the studio, Koli.
Tumaole Mohlaoli, thank you very much for that update. Interesting comments indeed, both from Ace Magashule and Carl Niehaus. It's as though they're reading from the same script. The wording there, these are flimsy charges, but quite interesting from Magashule's side. He says that the ANC top six has said that these charges are flimsy. I wonder if they agree with the suspended Secretary General. That's a perhaps a question that we would put to one of the top 6 members one of these days.